Good evening, beautiful people, and I hope you are having a great time wherever you are. It is Wednesday. To those that just joined in, you are listening to Jazz Outside the Box with Zuko Yigi. This is your space for sonic engagements, and I hope you're having a great time wherever you are. Wednesdays are strictly for jazz music, and should I say perhaps all days are just for jazz music. I hope you beautiful people are really enjoying the music that we've played you so far. And it's going to be a beautiful session that we're having right now. And if you just tuned in, you just know that you are at the right place. We opened with a beautiful song by Sis Omagugu Makatini. Mama Makatini, I'm singing Hidden Love in a project by Sikakane Linda, beautiful tenor saxophonist. And after that, we played you Otu Olumnyama, a beautiful song by Ndabo Zulu, featuring Zoe Modica, a beautiful song, Stress. You remember that she was in East London like 2 weeks ago, and she delivered a very sterling performance. She does not disappoint. And after that, we played you the beautiful King Ta Tandiswa Mazwai singing Wakazulu. You'll remember she was paying tribute also to Mambu Sinhlongo. She's the first one who delivered this beautiful rendition. Of course, you remember it was a different vibe, beat up tempo, but still beautiful. And she took it to another height with the beautiful Brahebs on double bass, and Amanda Skade on drums, and Nduduzo Makatini on piano. And now we are just playing you a beautiful song entitled Mama, Mama Africa. You'll remember you don't have to scratch your head. It is a beautiful day. It is a holiday. It's a Wednesday, Women's Day. This is a national day that is celebrated in commemoration of the legendary women that, made significant contributions towards, fights against the apartheid, especially the past laws, that were imposed, the restrictions that were there. And these great women, took it upon themselves to put on a good fight and to say, really, we are going to march to the authorities and really confront them so that they ban and overturn all these absurd laws. So here we find ourselves free to move around the country, and all by the works of these beautiful women. So let us play you another beautiful song entitled Tanai by Tutubuana. See you later. Welcome once again. I did say that this evening we are rather joined by a beautiful musician, should I say, singer, and a great scholar that is becoming, something very or someone very essential in the spaces of South African jazz and ethnomusicologist. And yeah, so I'm joined by the beautiful Zinhle Neatia Yazwe, and people have been waiting, and they've been waiting to really connect with you. And yeah, we are having it, and it is happening. And just yes, to those that just joined in, I realized that there was some technical glitch, but we're over that. And those who just joined in, you're listening to Jazz Outside the Box, your space for sonic engagements. And yeah, I just played you Tanai, beautiful rendition by Tutupwana and the Brussels Jazz Orchestra. I'm hosting this evening a very great friend of mine, um, Ziyinhle Mbuyazo. She goes by the name Neatia. Those that stay in East London or in the province, they will remember her for really for grounding the most, innovative approach to this music. The silent concerts in East London during Teaser, she delivered another beautiful concert. You'll remember that she started at ECVC, where she presented this. It was a beautiful, it was a beautiful experience. So we have here this evening, um, without wasting your time, Molo Cynthia, welcome to the show.
Well, really, thank you so much, Zuko, for having me. Good
Yeah,
evening, everyone.
yeah, you can have your headsets on.
Okay.
So, like I said, um, a lot of people know her or know you by your music and the beautiful concepts, that you've been, pioneering or maybe working on. But before we dive into that, and I'd really like us to maybe connect via the significance of this day. It's Women's Day, and overall, it's Women's Month.
Mm.
And what are your thoughts on this day?
Thank you so much for that. It's been a good Zuko. This is a very special month for me. It's Women's Month. Um, it's also my birthday month. In 2 days, 3 days, it's gonna be my birthday. Um, most of the things that always come into my mind, xa ndicinga ngale nyanga, it's the appreciation of women, abazali bethu, people who have raised us with so much great regard. Questions about this day. Um, Firstly, I was trying to think around Ndogba, what is it that I stand for as a woman of this time,
Mm.
and also what do I understand about the women who came before me, you know, and what they stood for. Oh, Mama Miriam Makeba, oh, Mama Uzihlongo, and recently, Ophumla Qola.
Mm.
Um, and so I picked up this book by Phumla Qola that says Feminist Fear Factory, you know, female fear factory, and there were so many things that I picked up um, that shaped indlela esiyiyo ngoku as women, and what actually resulted into yokubana namhlanje sibe kanti sindawoni. So you can't really be thinking about only yourself as a woman. That's something that actually came into my mind in Dokba. For me to shape the woman that I want to be in the future,
Uh-huh.
I had to look at Indokbana what Mama Miriam Makeba during their time went through, trying to have the voices heard and the music that they had in their hearts and the interest that they had for abantu, abantu abamnyama,
Mm.
and black women at their time. What is our struggle? What are other women saying? And also me being the woman okulayo at this point, what do I hear from them and what do I experience? And from all those, what do I want to say with my voice? So it was a very emotional and overwhelming kind of feeling, but at the same time very empowering to say that you have these women that came before you that had these voices that were saying this and this during their time, and they were unapologetic about what they wanted to say. And so when I get Kasha, what are you saying during your time?
Yeah.
And those are things that actually encourage me to say Ndokbana namhlanje, even though I didn't have so much to say in terms of celebrating
Yeah.
the essence of being a woman, because namhlanje in South Africa we are faced with so much,
Yeah.
we're faced with GBV, we're faced with just like silencing around so many things as women.
Mm.
And but at the same time we have itemba lokubana ngaba when we hear what they wanted to say and they couldn't say it, what can we do with that? So I woke up with that. This day for me, that's what I want to say, is that this day for me is really significant, that in as much as I know that ngisafunda, I'm trying to find my feet. I am so confident in the voices of the other women who came before me, and I'm placing myself in a platform that I want to hear what they wanted to say, and to hear myself and be able to match those voices and form something that I can be able to say ndokubana ndiziva ndisithi at this point in time. This is
Yeah.
what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Of course, we're celebrating Women's Day, and overall, it's a Women's Month, and it's been a beautiful month. Just reflecting on what women, in this country have done, to sort of prepare a safe ground, on which to walk. And we find ourselves here today, and not because we are better people, but simply because, people have sacrificed, especially women, their contributions. And, most of the time when we think about freedom in South Africa, we always, think about it in ways that exemplify the works of men, and little is said about the contributions of women, and especially even, musically. And we're going to take people through your journey, and as we continue with the show, but we will continue playing with sorry, playing music. We see you, Zipo, and we'll try to respond. Thanks very much for letting us know. And let us play you a beautiful tune by Umamusbongile Khumalo esithi Nkilo Nkilo.
Owandinika lenjongo wandi kongani sesizalweni sika mama notata. Owandinika lengoma wandi ketango bunono kisizukulwana ngisizukulwa. Lengoma eyakudala isekazini lamasangwa mambala mangwala machawe. Lengoma eyakudala isekazini lamasangwa mambala mangwala machawe. Izotanzando belele ikwenza ndizobelela. Izotanzando belele ikwenza ndizobelela. Izotanzando belele ikwenza ndizobelela. Izotanzando belele ikwenza ndizobelela. Nakuliswa ngesidima ngamakamakabimbula uloma nqungwa lapho lelwenza. Nakhotiswa ngesibwete nombatiswa ngamandla ngamaxhego namaxhegokazi. Lengoma eyakudala isekazini lamasangwa mambala mangwala machawe. Lengoma eyakudala isekazini lamasangwa mambala mangwala machawe. Izothatha ndombele ndikwenza ndizobelela. Izothatha ndombele ndikwenza ndizobelela. Izothatha ndombele ndikwenza ndizobelela. Izothatha ndombele ndikwenza ndizobelela. Owandinika lenjongo wandi kongani sesizalweni sika mama notata. Owandinika lengoma wandi.
That was Dumza playing us Lengoma. It's a very beautiful song, but it touches, on one of the most important things, should I say. And he is saying, Lengoma, wandichonga nisesizalweni sikamama, and wandityumba. So he speaks about, all of those things, the processes, but it just, touches me every time I listen to it, how he looks into, this whole reality of being a woman, sorry, her capabilities and her being chosen to nurture this seed and to be a space in which, this seed grows. And all of these processes take place there, she nurtures and everything grows in her until such a time that things can come out, and then they start being seen, and they all start with women. So this evening, we're just about celebrating womanhood, queendom, everything that is, her. This is the space, for that this hour. Zippo is saying there, well said. She reminds me of Simpiwe Dana. That is you. So yeah, let us continue. So it's Women's Month, and you are part of a series called Iculo Gamama, and you are playing your concert tomorrow evening. Can you please tell us more about that? Mhm.
Man. Tomorrow. It's very, for me. It's really exciting, but at the same time, it's a bit scary
Mm.
because usually the performance songs that I've written by myself, songs that really are an essence of what I want to be. But I feel like tomorrow is a very beautiful day. It's pre my birthday as well, and I want to think around South African women, and also even just women in jazz generally, who have really contributed in really putting their voices to say that we are here. This is what we have in mind. This is what we want to contribute in terms of jazz. Um, so, so for me, tomorrow is it's going to be a beautiful night because baninzi abantu abathi bazakuya phaya, and I want to really give them uluthando and the thought, and share some poems as well in terms of what women have said and what women want to say to people. And ndifuna ukubana ngaba to really be I don't know, ndicinga ngegama elithi umlomo okanye umboko,
Mm.
for those who came before
Yeah.
us, for those who are here still, abaphambi kwethu,
Mm.
ukuba ngaba we'll be thinking around King Tah,
Mm.
the things that she wants to say, and then she has always wanted to say even before she was um, well known, ngolu hlobo aziwa ngalo,
Mm. Mm.
and being able to be in a space where you can be vulnerable and really address the things that affects us as women. Because in as much as we want to say in Dokbana, they have been singers, notable singers, abazwayo,
Mm.
abangabantu abangosisi, but at the same time, it's still not enough.
Mm.
There's so many things that need to be addressed. We still need to appear very often.
Mm.
We still have to have our voices heard in terms of like being able to be defiant women, to say that in terms of representation, this is how we want to be seen in this field of music.
Mm.
And in the world generally, this is how we would like to be received,
Yeah.
Uba, unfortunately, seeing as the systems that have been really been so unkind to us, we want to be kind to ourselves first and be able to provide what is the feminine essence saying now
Mm.
at this point. I mean, I'll be turning 32 on Friday, and I want to imagine what Miriam Makeba wanted to say when she was 32.
Mm.
And I want to relate to that, and I want to believe that some of the things that she was struggling with are still here today. We are still struggling with them. Namhlanje. I want to believe that when Umama Umusi Mhlongo wanted to forge herself and really place herself in Uma's kind and in jazz form, and in whatever creative expressions that she
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
without being gendered. You know, there's so many things that she wanted to do, but because of her time and because of this zasenzeka at the time, she was not able to say, I'm here, this is what I want to do. I just don't want to explain myself. This is what I am feeling in terms of the gift that this is what I want to do. So I want to be able to say, these are the women that have come before us, and this is the essence of their voices. We want to say, through this music, this is not something that we are playing with, but siphendula imithandazo yabantu, and at the same time we are trying to find ourselves. So tomorrow I will be playing with beautiful musicians, legends, and I'll be exploring beautiful music, my own original compositions, but at the same time I want to be able to share and interpret these beautiful beautiful tunes that come from imiculo yabantu who came before me, and even during this time, um, the reimagination can understand women at this time, but and I mean, it's going to be beautiful. And I am excited, and also, as I said, it's really something that speaks to my heart, and it's a truth. Sometimes you feel like to be prayerful mood so that people can hear in the It's really time to unlock so many things that really affect us as women in the field. Yes, yeah, that's where I am.
Wow. And as I'm listening to how you know, touch on these important, aspects as notes that have shaped your, career path as a singer and as a seeker. And I keep, hearing, some great names, that have been, celebrated, but but at the very same time, not only celebrated, maybe enough, but maybe when we start to look at the works, they did, towards carving new ways and approaches, in the whole music stature of this country, then we start realizing that, they added, significant ways. Is there perhaps, one particular, you know, um, woman that, has influenced you greatly? And you touched on Mambo Singshongo, how she immersed herself, in this genre that was for the longest time, you know, um, foregrounded by men. And she came in and, expressed herself, in all her, floral expressions. And maybe also I happen to know just this much about your study as well that was focusing particularly, on Mamu Singshongo. Do you perhaps want to take us through that?
Okay, no, thank you so much for that. Um, well, I have so many women that actually shape indlela endicingayo when it comes to music and even into music scholarship. You know, firstly, Umagugu Makati, my mentor, my vocal trainer from Effort as Bifunda Koda for my musical education. Or Sis King Ta, or Sis Simpiwe Dana, also me as I've been mentioning. But umama ubusimhlongo ndigxila kuye in the sense that because I feel into yokubana unearthing imisebenzi yakhe as a woman in a male-dominated field, or domain in terms of umaskandi. In fact, I'd say the last album that she made, it really touched me, you know, and I wanted to probe more into Bana. What were the things, or what were the roots of her work that made her to really just go into it, you know? So I went into it as my study, and I'm still going through it and really hoping to go more into it. Yeah, but because ukuba kanti nam I can be able to grasp more, not only to uphold her stature as a member, but also to learn, because kuthiwa xa oomama besincancisa abasincacisi kuba when they are in the physical, even when they are no longer, they are able to feed us until we become no more not, you know. So I want to be able to learn from Umama Mbusi in the way that she placed herself within this musical genre, which is umaskandi, and how she was able to actually bring in expansions within that, which were more like interventions to say that for continuation, this is what we are bringing. This is what I have in mind, because I relate to this music. Ndizalelwe apha. Ngoku when it comes ibana ngaba nam ndikhe ndiwenze lo mculo, this is what I feel. This is what I feel like bringing in, and being able to really interpret it in a very feminine way, because if we remember, Umama Mbusi was not a guitarist, where ukubana ngaba when you go back to umaskandi, most of the people, when they define umaskandi, they always go back to the guitar, saying and really being able to say that this is was characterized by the introduction of isginci, ukupika, isihlabe, and all those things. But Umama did it in a way that was really feminine, that as a slabo that were done by isginci, where a guitarist would be able to display their virtuoso playing through ukudlala this vamp, throughout sort of like an introduction. You know what she did? She used her voice in response to this guitar playing, you know.
Yeah.
And she brought so much nuances that were like saying, but the females are here now. This is what they are doing. This is how they receive it. This is how they want to say with this music. Oh, now you know. So I'm trying to explore what she wanted to say and trying to understand it. But okay, this is where she was trying, like just being able to outline. But okay, these are the stylistic features of this music, you know. But you know, how did she actually approach it, you know, which was really beautiful. But this was her essence. I feel that she actually had to. It was actually most like her second nature, you know. So I'm really just trying to see akabonwanga njani okanye kutheni engakhange anikwe as much recognition as much as her male counterparts, you know. And really just trying to place her okanye locate her within this important sort of like traditional cultural Zulu culture music, you know, but also at the same time as a contribution to umculo okanye imisebenzi yabantu abangobama within music, which is South internationally, but also it goes internationally and globally, you know. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. To those who just joined in, you are listening to Jazz Outside the Box, your space for sonic engagements. I am your brother, your boy, your cousin, your neighbor, your fellow Zuko Yigi, and in conversation this evening with Uzinhle Mbuyazwe. She goes by the name Atia, She did mention that tomorrow she's playing or rather performing a beautiful set at the Legends Creative Hub. Catch her at 6:30. She's going to be playing with an amazing band. I hear there are other significant musicians that will jump on stage and really grace the whole experience. So please do book your space so that you don't miss this experience. It's a whole series for August, which is really focused on really celebrating, women. So it won't end in August. We'll keep going and going and going. Yeah, we see you, Zippo. Zippo is one, beautiful soul we have in this platform. She always tunes in. She's doing some amazing work at Duesa. There's a project there. She's engaged, kuyo eti ukuvula isango women rights project. She has immersed herself, in the lives, of the sidelined, or should I say, the most vulnerable, communities, especially in the villages, as Lalini. And she just has launched two publications on the work she's doing there. Please do check it out, Zipo Kleko. And she's a really potent conduit and a special force to improve, the lives of the women that are really, on the rather downturn of events, in the most vulnerable spaces. We see Zico, and we also celebrate other women as well across, the country, across, the globe. Some are flying flags, and we don't even know they're holding up the space for other people, not just for other women, but for people generally. So we know women as those people that are nurturers by birth and by calling. So let us play you some songs and then we'll continue with our conversation. I hope you beautiful people are still enjoying this.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Umhle kodwa uhambe ngathi awuzazi, uyazifihla izipho zakho, uhamba ucelela wonke omnye umntu indlela bahle ngayo. Kwaye uthi ufuna ufana nabo,
abazali bakho
babezithanda kakhulu, kodwa ngexesha baqhathwa,
wathi umkhathi
umbi awunangqondo,
safa nogolide nasi sifika sijonge indlela omnye ngayo.
Yonke le nyakanyaka
kodwa ingathi uyazama ngezimini. Yambona nalo mfana uhamba naye. Inageti yamenyezela apha kwizicathulo zakhe. Nithi niyaphi? Ecaweni? Oh, kanene laa mntu wesipili wathi ningabahedi. Wathi
animazi umdali wenu.
ndiyacingisisa nam mos. Yiloo nto kwathiwa mandiqhoboshe ibhatyi ebrani ngoba zizenzo zendoda yomXhosa ezo.
Kodwa yanxiba umbhaco ngemini yam yomtshato.
He, kutheni nami ngathi andizichani mos? Hayi, yonke le nyakanyaka le.
Jazz Outside the Box, the space for sonic engagements. Jazz Outside the Box is a digital invention towards jazz development, chiefly set up in jazz music and concerts. It seeks to reimagine how to create the jazz present as one of the tools that underpins transformation. we're back, and we're still excited about this evening. We're still excited to have you, and mostly we are still excited to. Um, Still excited, man, about a lot of things, and still excited to have Mrs. Sintle Boyazwe um, live here with us. And beautiful people, this is Keith Ngesi radio, radio according to you, and it enables us to really bring you more content and everything that we think is worth our time and discussion, conversations, So yeah, and we really appreciate you always converging with us and to share the moment. Yeah, we don't take that lightly, and we see you, Mamu Bailey, Spokazi Ngobolo, a great friend of ours, and she's a beautiful singer, teacher, and scholar. And we're going to unpack in one of these days her contributions and the most compelling work, she is really, doing. So for now, and let's just say we see you, Mama, and we can't wait to have you here with us.
Yes.
It's going to be great. So, succinctly, we've been talking a lot about the essence, of this day, and the many, interpretations, that it continues to generate, according to the insights and perceptions of many people, and so maybe what is this one thing that you wish can be highlighted even beyond this day, because it's easy to fall in the trap of just celebrating a day and sometimes not even celebrating the people, but to be just caught up in this whole idea and
The
hype.
public holiday.
Yeah, because it's a public holiday,
Mm.
and so it really
Right.
affords us, those opportunities to go, wherever we want to go. But what is it exactly, perhaps, that you think maybe it's missing, or maybe you wish to see it highlighted more, so that the essence is not lost?
Oh man, thank you so much for that, Zoom. When I think around it, and leave the bride and the groove
Mm,
side of it,
yeah.
I mean, there are people who are making efforts, you know. Galimini, there are people who make intentional efforts to have like some would have public lectures,
Mm,
and some would have like high teas for women,
mm,
and some would have like broadly like celebration and like pampering days for women and all those
mm,
things. But what I wish from all really a group and all that those people who are trying to make the effort, the intentional effort,
mm,
I just wish that beyond the day
mm,
there could be like some follow-ups, in Dogbana to say beyond this day, what are we saying about the woman, about the
mm,
voice of the woman? What is she saying? How is she seen? How is she heard? How is she received? 365 days a year, you
mm,
know. Because it is not fair to say that yonke izinsuku in a year they only just given just one day, and people will make these resolutions, these aspirations, these prayers, to
mm,
not only to not follow up on them,
mm,
I mean, that's in vain. That's like a waste of ingqondo and time, you
Mm.
know. So I wish that all these things esiyesithi namhlanje xa sikhumbula women and we that actually all these things that come into mind that we are able to go back and be able to apply and not even enforce but um, sizijale ebantwaneni bethu,
Mm.
our girl children, you know, be able to in their everyday lives be able to let them know that um, it is okay to let your voice be known,
Mm.
be heard, you know, whatever you have in mind, Zuko Yigi kuyithetha, whatever song that comes to your heart,
Mm.
share it. If you want to be a rapper, rap. If you
Mm.
want to be a bassist, you want to play double bass, play it. Express yourself in this way, you know. Be able to weave yourself as a female
Mm.
in this in every space, you know.
Mm.
Be able to be able to waziwe yonke le nto ufuna ukuyithetha, you know, practice it, be able to cultivate it in every space so that it doesn't become into yokuba when we are busy talking about the silencing of women ingathi ngoku it's something that's special or it's something that's scholarly, you know.
Yeah.
These are things is important that have been affecting omama bethu emakhaya, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Just sorry to interject. I mean, if we are looking into this whole um, um, protest against the past laws, I'll start it from there.
mm,
We start seeing it as a pressing vice, you know, that imposes restrictions that you cannot go there, you cannot go there, you need this, you need this. And to some extent the things that you're referring to, which in essence, you know, include, you know, the silencing of women, you know, are in themselves, you know, restrictions, you know, that you can only go this far, that you cannot go beyond that. So we start seeing, you know, the whole thing. Because I remember when you opened up, you said that, you know, even the things they fought for are still here, and we still deal with. You know, it's just that sometimes they manifest in different ways,
yes.
but restrictions are still there. And now the past laws, you know, they show themselves, you know, as some form of silencing and maybe exclusion, you know. So as we're reflecting on this day, and you are pointing it out, you know, quite vividly, that those things are still here, and they rather need more, you know, approaches to overturn.
I mean, a very like light example.
Mhm.
If near driver in traffic, you know, and then someone does something, so maybe a car just right in front of you, someone does something that's you like, oh, someone would be like that's certainly a woman,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm.
Those things, if uhleli nomntana who's a girl child, literally already say that when you grow up, you are going to drive like that. You are unable to drive. You are unable to position yourself logically in now where you have to use your mind. You have this lack, yeah, of ukusebenzisa ingqondo yakho, you know. Those things unfortunately end up not as women, we end up believing them. You know, there are women who are proudly saying that they cannot relate with other women. They'd rather be able, they'd rather be in a, they'd rather relate with men because abantu abangomama use emotions, they use this and that. So those things, you don't just hate yourself. You get socialized into believing that women are, are unable to do this and this and this is what they lack in and stuff and stuff and stuff. And then you continue with that narrative innocently because this is what you have been socialized until you believe that women they are like in bigger things now, you know. So ithi le nto into yokubana we have to place ourselves when we protest hleli nje siyalwa siyangxola sitshisa amatayara sithini, but being able to say I receive me in this way, see me in this way. If you feel like I lack, love me in this way, hear me in this way. This is what I'm trying to, you know. So being able to say, being able to voice out lenti lapha kuwe, because if we continue with that trend about abantu abangomama banje, then that does not help. That does not help us in growing and in being able to shape our minds and to shape the minds of girl children growing up. Then if constantly everything that goes left is always blamed on the woman, and then obviously it reminds me of a concept that in the book that I was telling you earlier that I read, when she spoke of during colonialism, there was a term when they said that black women were unrapeable. Unrapeable doesn't mean that abarapeki, but it meant that when rape was committed or done to them, it was not regarded as rape. It was something that was meant to happen, you know, so that you would not regard it as rape. But if you would commit rape emphasizing on omhlophe, that it would be regarded as rape. But because this is a black woman who aren't deserving to be heard, who claimed position everything that will be done to her, I deserve, and then it can never be regarded as a crime against her. Because anyway, she's a slave. Anyway, whatever she does to deserve rape, it can never be like all these social systems is making in your manga as a black woman at the time, but because you are unrapeable. It can never be regarded. You deserve it. You know? So as izinto ngizama ukuthi into yokubana slightly we don't address them. I mean, I don't have I'm a feminist, but I'm not a burning feminist, but I know that I'm burning in the sense that I'll be able to say this and this and this needs to be addressed. I won't be burning any things on the street. But all I'm saying is that into ezithile must address where to actually place the woman in her rightful place, in her pedestal, as a life giver, as someone who provides life, as someone who provides guidance, as someone who gives essence of life to children and everyone who grows, you know. So ndilapho Zuko, ndilapho.
Yeah. You're touching on very subject, the unrepairability of women, of course, that's intertwined to black people first being removed, from the human category, and then if already, of course, even during those times, the man was put higher, and then women like second. So if they're removed from the human category, then the man still holds some space, and then down there, of course, according to that system of the time, and then the woman like will be, on ashes. And now, when you start realizing that if they are removed from the human category, then the unrepairability of them is really justified because they are not humans anyway. So you are really touching, on some points there, and they've not changed because most of these things are structural, and they have some, historical bearing, and in terms of their region, in terms of how they came to be, and it's going to take years to really, overturn those things. I'm saying this because the same struggles that were fought by Omamo Albertina, that were fought by Omamo Zenzile, and are still the same, fights that are being, experienced by, women of today.
I mean, we are also reading of like comments. If there's a female horn player, and then like they display like indlela yokudlala that's really excellent. Someone will have a comment that says you play like you have balls. Like, what does that mean? So if you do not have balls, then it means you cannot play. So you should be feeling like we are ngonywa if someone comes to you and says that you're playing, you have balls.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that still has to be done, not by women, but by the community as a whole, in terms of really redressing the spoils and that really denigrate her and put her in a position of insignificance. Let's play you a song by Spamdla Lose Seliana. This song really doesn't want to play. I think there's just something. It keeps taking us back to King
Maybe I
Tut's. Let's see this. Let's see. It's really,
Yeah, I think that one's also.
yeah. Women are really fighting today.
Yeah.
This evening, they don't find any music.
I took you away. How do you feel?
Are you reading a message first?
Mm,
Are you reading a message?
yeah, I am.
Okay, please read it.
I know people are saying they are listening.
Okay. People, beautiful listeners, and I see there's some guys here, and they're sending hearts, they're sending likes, they're sending all the beautiful messages. We are receiving all of it. We are receiving all of it, and we just want to say thank you very much. We really appreciate the love. Let's play you something, and then we will wrap it up. And it's been a great evening of hosting Mrs. Sintle, and she really has so much to say, and she has empowered us in more ways than one. So let's just play this.
yami leo alapakate kuzenyezi fisheku Lembalika Yesu Quello talalaco Mandi sanjure Mandi sanjure
Zogumiga ogo Febwami Gago Temisa when I stand my son Zogumiga Itisi Yagami Gago Temisa when I stand my son Zogumiga ogo Febwami Gago Temisa Nasa ogi sogoni ga ifisi goyami ya temisa nasa go bagatu bado mona baya fema abafuno gusibona sechamire
There's just one of the beautiful things about jazz music is that you can play a song and that song can take for like an hour, just one song. So I was just like, okay, cool. You know what, beautiful people, let's just pause it for a bit and then wrap this show and then we play the music and we allow you to really indulge in these great sounds. We are hoping that you are having a great time wherever you are, whether you are sipping coffee or that nice, distilled, wine, maybe reading that book or maybe water, whatever that you're having or that is allowing you to take it down, unwind, gracefully in a very relaxed manner, do whatever. After all, it's Women's Month. Yeah, we are celebrating women. And to those that have missed it, we are hosting Zinhle Neacha Mbuyazwe, beautiful songstress and scholar in the fields of South African jazz and musicology as a whole. So tomorrow she is playing her concert at Legends Creative Hub at 6:30, and please be sure to catch it. It's gonna be a beautiful experience, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna, I'm gonna be there, and I hope I'm gonna see you guys there, tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a beautiful evening of just reflecting on her journey and just sharing some thoughts, on the essence and the significance of Women's Day, in South Africa, and the things that women still, grapple with and still struggle with and still, confront. And we are just saying that we are grateful to have these beings, the libraries, and the teachers, the nurturers. They hold spaces, that are quite integral for us, the future generations as well. So we really appreciate um, you guys. Zippo,
Man.
you're gonna catch moment. Don't worry. I'm sure there's
It's so
another
much
concept
more my easy.
that she's working on, and yeah, you're gonna see. And I'm sure that there's some people that will be live from time to time during the concert, so that you don't miss the whole vibe. It's gonna be nice, guys. We really appreciate the love.
Yeah.
Cecilia,
Yeah.
what do you say to your people as we're signing out?
Yeah, actually, there's a message from Udunisani, and he's listening all the way from Durban.
Okay.
Uti, I acknowledge your voice. You make so much sense. Never doubt that what you say will ever fall on deaf ears.
Mm,
And Gosi, thank you so much, Elisheva.
yeah.
Thank you so much to the listeners. As I say, KNR. Thank you to KNR. Thank you to Jazz Outside the Box. Out of the box.
Of course.
By Zuko Yigi. These are platforms Zuko Apple siqala khona ukuviwa, and also to hear ourselves, We appreciate this. I don't take this lightly. And I also want to say to Abantu Basemont, Nezpaluka, people come to Legends your Legends Creative Hub tomorrow. I'll be playing with beautiful musicians, showing beautiful music and appreciation of Abanda Bangomam and the sense of being female. And also, ithi i-series yethu iculo likamama, yeah, I might throw in nje ingoma zomama, just ke sikhumbule omama bethu, ke sithandane, sikhulisane, sikhumbulane, please come through. It's going to be beautiful, and I hope to see everyone there, and I hope to have your hearts there and your ears. Thank you so much, Kena. Thank you, Zuko. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Beautiful people, it's that time where we are.
Thank you, Zippo. Thank you, Spooky.
Yeah, there's some there's Babalwa,
there's
Banene,
Usanray,
there's Sunray, there's some
Usan
there's
Gelisiwe,
Pogazi.
there's Ubanel. Oh man,
Even
these are
those
beautiful
that
people.
could not really,
Thank you so much,
you
people.
know,
Thank you so much.
send in your condo.
Siyabulela, man.
We really appreciate the love. Yeah, this is the space for that, and we're going to play you some nice music. But I would like to really, send a very strong shout out to, all great women across, the world, the continent, um, the country, the province, and the metro that are holding up the space, for everyone that are pioneering great works. You know who you are, you know the works you have done, and we just want to celebrate you. We just want to tell you that you are very important to us, and that you hold a very special place, in our hearts, and we'll forever celebrate you, and we'll try to live our lives in ways, that really mirror, all the epitomes that you bear. So let us leave you in great harmony. And yeah, tomorrow it is Jazz Outside the Box. No, tomorrow it is Jazz and Pizza Thursdays.
Yeah.
Going down. So let's meet, guys. Let's meet there. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful night. And yeah, man, there's so much that is happening in East London. A lot of beautiful festivals coming up, a lot of spaces that are being activated, through art forms. So we see you guys, we see the works that you're doing, and Blue Lagoon has jazz, music every, Saturdays and Sundays between 3 and 7. It's always happening, and there's some nice, programs. I think House 87 is doing something as well as we're talking, in Quickney. So there's beautiful stuff, great festivals coming your way, and also in Kaberga, Sakino Bozolo is holding the space, Kwanaba Jazz Club. So it's such a beautiful initiative. We are seeing your works, Booty. So you know who you are, guys. Thanks very much. Let us love and leave you. See you next time. We're going to be having a very beautiful, beautiful guest. And until then, let us indulge in the sounds. And yeah, let's continue.
because
Oh, Mama, you, Mona, Abafundo kusibona sijabule sithandana ngisokunika umhlaba yakuthembisa nasithamisa ngisokunika inhliziyo yami yakuthembisa nasithamisa